Let's take a closer look at the market over the past year and where it's headed in 2019. Joining me now is Lee Munson of Portfolio Wealth Advisors. Lee, good to have you.
Hey, I'm glad to be here on a Friday.
So, straight question, did this week completely freak you? A closer look at the market over the past year and where it's headed in 2019. Joining me now is Lee Munson of Portfolio Wealth Advisors. Lee, good to have you.
Hey, I'm glad to be here on a Friday.
So, straight question, did this week completely freak you out?
No, I mean, I had some sweaty palms on Monday because I had said last week on Fox, on a Cavuto show, if the market goes to 23.50, I'm loading up the truck and buying. I come in Christmas Eve, not really planning on having to work a long day, and boom, we go to 23.50. So while I was looking for the number, I was expecting it. Yeah, I didn't expect it to happen on Christmas Eve, and that's what I think is spooking people, and they should not be concerned about it.
Does this whole algo trend in the market and the fact that really the individual consumer is almost riding the wave of computers today, does that concern you?
It does. I'll tell you what, on Christmas Day, a team of some great reporters at Wall Street Journal, just about 4 floors above where you're standing right now, wrote a great piece on how 85%, I mean, that's not a typo, 85% of volume right now is computerized algorithmic trading. What our viewers don't know is that that just means they're looking at charts, they're looking at prices and numbers, they're not looking at fundamentals. And so that's why I believe we've seen this big rush down with no actual fundamental information. I mean, where are mortgage rates lower than the high? The Fed's not going to be raising as much. I mean, the bear case is dicey, and I think that we have to be honest with ourselves. Why do we want to BS ourselves and say there's this bear case that exists? There's no bear case. What's happened is that the computerized traders have pushed the market down beyond where maybe it deserves to be. It's a buying opportunity. It was a Christmas miracle for me and my clients. I love seeing that price on Monday.
So we've had a lot of weak sectors this year for sure, a very few that have done well actually. When you look forward into 2019, do you see any sector that's going to break out of this trend?
Well, you know, I think the tech sector is still a little off, but I think that you're going to see the banks, the industrials, all these things, you know, we consider the value areas of the market. Those are what's going to break out, because when people start thinking, do I want to commit capital next year to places that are unknown on valuation? I mean, Facebook, some of these FANG stocks, they are a bit on shaky ground, but there's thousands of other stocks that have been beaten down, that have been very cheap over this expansion. So people are going to be looking for deals, and it's not going to be in, you know, the semiconductors and these hot stocks. We saw this happen in the year 2000. We saw this happen in 2009. It's when the underdogs finally come back because people don't want to overpay next year.
So do you see these kind of swings again in 19?
I know people don't want to hear this, but hell yes, we are, and I love it. Believe me, 2017 was a low point in my career because there was nothing to do all year. It just went up. So I think we're going to continue to see volatility, and I think people are going to continue to be confused on why this market is going up or down when we don't have earnings fall off the cliff next month. And so I think that you have to have your buy points, just like those algorithms have their little sell points. You got to take the other side of that bet, because you have to look longer term on what this economy is doing, and you can't get wrapped up into it. So love the volatility, embrace it, get excited for it. My numbers, if I see 2,800 to 3,000 on the S&P, I might actually take some profits and let it go, because I think we're going to see this multiple times. We saw 2 big corrections this year. I think that we'll see at least 1 or 2 big ones in the first half of next year. But get excited about this. This is a wonderful thing. It allows us to buy low and sell high.
So the roller coaster continues.
It does, and I think that it's the best thing. It shows markets work, and I love those speculators. I love those black boxes, because they don't think, and people like us do.
So let's say congratulations to the thinkers. They're going to be the winners of 2019. Lee, thank you. Good to see you, my friend. Happy New Year.
You too.